The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda.
The year was 2011, and in a sealed room beneath the White House, America's top minds gathered. Generals, CIA directors, national security chiefs, and the then president, Mr. Barack Obama. They were faced with one decision, one question. Do we launch a raid deep inside Pakistan without telling them and without knowing for sure if Osama bin Laden is even there? The intel was shaky, the stakes sky high, and if they were wrong, this could honestly ignite a global crisis. Diplomatic relations with Pakistan, the lives of the SEAL team, and America's reputation were all at major risk. Oh, and let's not forget that a presidential election was taking place the following year, and Obama definitely intended to run again. The intel was convincing, but no one knew for certain if bin Laden was actually there. And yet, Obama made the call.
The United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda.
But that's exactly why it worked. Obama's secret to decision-making isn't really about certainty. It's about probability. It's called the 51% rule, and it's the idea that if you're at least slightly more sure than not, then it's time to make the call. Because waiting for 100% certainty is most definitely a trap. It's often impossible, and it's costing you more than you actually realize. So if you've ever been stuck in decision paralysis over a career change, a relationship, a business move, or even if it's as simple as just picking what shop you're going to go to tomorrow, this could really help you make that final call too. Let's break down Obama's decision-making process step by step and figure out why it works even when the stakes are high. We're wired to believe that big decisions require big certainty. But here's the truth. Certainty is often an illusion. And President Obama figured this out in the first few weeks of his presidency. He actually realized that even if there was a clear solution to a problem, it wouldn't have actually reached his desk anyway because someone else below him would have worked it out and done it. So instead of aiming for 100%, Mr. Obama built a system that allowed him to confidently act at 51%. Because waiting for real certainty or 100% certainty is often just procrastination in disguise. And procrastination can cost a lot more than failure can. The time we waste overthinking, the missed opportunities, the stress, the mental toll that it takes on us. That's a lot more damaging than just making the call and adjusting as we go on. We don't need certainty, we need process, and I've actually learnt one from President Obama himself. Let's get something very clear though. Obama didn't just wing it. He surrounded himself with some of the smartest, most experienced minds on the planet. I'm talking generals, officials, the CIA. But here's the key. He listened, like really listened. When there was a decision that needed to be made about Afghanistan, Obama's advisors laid out all of the evidence, all of the facts on the table. He gathered intelligence from people on the ground, people whose whole careers were built on understanding warfare. And I truly believe that that is the first step, to simply ask people who know more about the topic than you do. Let's say that the decision is to make a career pivot. Ask the people who have done exactly that, people who have been successful in doing that thing. Try to collect evidence of what worked, what didn't work, and what you can learn from their experiences. For example, I have personally reached out to countless people on LinkedIn, from director level staff to mid-career level 2, all from different international organizations, bodies, companies, to really understand the nature of their work and their career journeys too. This is the difference between seeking real knowledge from experts and seeking opinions from people who don't necessarily have that experience and therefore can't advise you correctly in the right way. Try to gain evidence of what did work and also what didn't work for people who have done exactly what you want to do. But, and this is critical, don't stop there. Ask the really uncomfortable questions. Obama didn't just take advice from experts at face value, he interrogated it. Obama challenged his own team of military and intelligence experts to poke holes in their own thinking. He even set up red teams, which were groups that were tasked with tearing down the plan to expose its weaknesses. We should do that too with our own plans before we make a decision on something. We can use critical thinking to really investigate our thoughts, our ideas, and our plans around this decision. What really struck me in my research was that Obama didn't just rely on the most senior people in the room. Well, of course he mostly did, but he would actually also ask junior staff in the Situation Room too. The junior staff with the huge files frantically taking notes in the corner, because they hadn't prepared an answer, because obviously they did not expect for Obama to ask them of their opinion. So Obama said that they were the most likely to give an honest answer. They were forced to have to think on their feet with all of the information that they understand and that they have taken notes on. I took a very important lesson from that. Once you've gotten real expert knowledge, present these ideas to someone outside of that bubble of expertise and ask them what they think. If you want to pivot career, you may find that your mum or your dad has emotionally invested in the career trajectory that you said that you'd commit to. So now coming to tell them that you want to do something else, they might be like, no, we said we're gonna do this and you were gonna achieve that. So it might just be easier to ask someone outside of that emotional support bubble, someone that doesn't have a vested interest, an emotional interest in the outcome of your decision. You might find that they'll give you the clearest, most honest insights. They can help cut through bias, and they might even just help you see what you're blind to. After all of the advice, the data, the expertise, Obama wouldn't decide immediately. He'd leave the room, get out of the White House. In the words of Obama, I would sometimes walk over to the small pool house by the Oval Office and have a cigarette or two, savoring a quieter moment and letting my thoughts wander and deepen. Whatever decision I might be carrying would breathe a little. And so would I. Because our brains literally just need to process everything. We need to just breathe. Tough decisions are often super overwhelming. So taking a walk, sleeping on the decision, going to do a workout, or simply listening to some music can help massively when you're overwhelmed. Maybe, just maybe, your subconscious might help you to do some of the work whilst you're not looking. And for the last step, go with 51%. Now, at this point of the process, all of Obama's findings and understandings would take him to about 51% certainty. And that's when he would decide. When the Bin Laden raid came on the table, the intel was not 100%. Some reports have said that there was only a 50% chance that Bin Laden was actually there. But Obama decided to go with 51%, and it worked. We won't ever have 100% certainty, and that is okay. We just have to deal with that because we can't see the future. But I think, especially if Obama thinks, that that is okay. We've gathered the expert knowledge, we have interrogated it, we've asked someone who is not emotionally attached to the outcome of our decision, and we've given ourselves space to think. Now, we go with that 51% certainty. Because the thing that I found is not making a decision is literally making a decision that we're not going to act, that we're not going to do it, that we're not going to try and figure it out. If we try and wait for 100%, we're going to be very sad in life. We're going to miss opportunities left, right, and center. We will stay stuck in the same position forever. And eventually we will pay the price in stress, in wasted time, in regret. 51% is enough. And if it's enough for President Obama, who was making life-threatening decisions, I think we're okay. Either way, we'll have some sort of momentum because momentum definitely beats procrastination. Let's stop waiting for certainty. Let's make the call. Obama did, and so can we. Once we do that thing and we find that we're wrong, it's actually okay. That is the power of iterations. That is the power of iterating and trying again and perfecting it and adjusting it and making it better over time. But if we sit here and do nothing, then in the end, we will have nothing. But if we try to do something with what we've got, with the 51% certainty we have, we can make a move, look back, learn from it, go forward, try again, and make iterations of that thing. Iterations, iterations, iterations. It's not the end of the world. It's actually the best thing that we can do. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it blessed you in the way that it needed to bless you. And honestly, if you're trying to make a difficult decision, just remember that waiting for certainty is probably you just trying to procrastinate, because I do it. I've done it so many times. Let me know in the comments if you have any decisions coming up, big or small, and you kind of feel like you're just waiting for 100% certainty, even though you know that you're probably never ever gonna see that. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Mwah.